Well, good evening. New tonight, was it coincidence or retaliation? That's the question a Scottsdale business owner is asking after he got an unwelcome and unexpected surprise from code enforcement just after speaking out to 12 News.
The business owner was frustrated after a city construction project shut down roads right in front of his business without warning. The story got immediate attention, and not just from the construction company. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono joins us live now in Scottsdale. All right, what happened here, Bianca?
Well, the business owner certainly thinks this was retaliation, and even the mayor is asking questions, especially when you hear what the code enforcement visit was for.
We had it out here.
Corey Pilger, the owner of Best Life Nutrition in Old Town Scottsdale, showing where he's kept his sign on Goldwater Boulevard for the past 8 years.
It was between the planter bed and the light pole.
So you can imagine his surprise when a city code enforcement officer showed up telling him it's a violation and it needs to be moved.
Where they had us put it is now pretty much right in the middle of the sidewalk that people now need to walk around it, which seems silly to me. She also said, well, do you have a permit for all your patio furniture?
The unexpected visit from the inspector happened on July 11th, 48 hours after he did an interview with 12 News.
Timing seems very suspect.
He was speaking out about a construction project happening around the corner that came without warning. He says the confusing road closed signs prevented customers from being able to park, leading to a sudden 75% drop in business. His interview sparked immediate change. The city manager acknowledged a mistake had been made. Signs were moved, and the city vowed to require proof from contractors moving forward, showing that they've provided advance notice of construction work. But Pilger believes it also may have led to the inspector knocking at his door.
Felt like retaliation.
I can see why.
Scottsdale Mayor Lisa Borowski says she shared Pilger's concerns about the timing of the code enforcement visit.
And as soon as I heard about it, I immediately checked in with staff to see what on earth was going on, because that certainly is not at all how we would respond to a business owner's concerns.
What did you learn when you started asking questions about what had happened?
So I'm told that it was just a really unfortunate coincidence. I do believe that staff is working with them to really, soften that situation.
According to Scottsdale Police, which oversees code enforcement, on July 11th, they received an anonymous caller claiming to be a neighboring woman business owner, complaining about 3 businesses with A-frame signs. The inspector visited those businesses to educate them on the code violation and asked them to move them.
Can you assure business owners, Scottsdale residents, that they are free to speak out without fear of retaliation?
Not only can I reassure them that they're safe to speak out, I would encourage them to speak out.
As for Pilger, while he still has questions about the inspector's visit, he knows there are more major construction projects scheduled to happen on his business's block. He hopes the changes the city has announced will prevent a negative financial impact moving forward.
I know we'd still like to see some support for the businesses that are now struggling because of all this and see what's possible, but it is great to see progress go in the right direction.
And I did ask the mayor about possible financial help for those businesses that were impacted through all of this. She said right now the city doesn't have a program like that, but she knows that Phoenix does. So she plans to take a look at what they're doing to see if it's something that Scottsdale can implement and help businesses moving forward. We're live in Scottsdale tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Bianca, thanks. New developments tonight in a homicide investigation out of Glendale. 2 people have been arrested in connection to the death of 30-year-old Grant Seifert. Seifert was reported missing last November and the next morning was found dead in a water retention basin near 56th and Peoria. Police say he suffered injuries from a sharp instrument, most likely a knife. The suspects, 33-year-old Matriella Boschnet and 35-year-old Jonathan Vasquez, are now in custody. The investigation is ongoing.
New at 10, a 75-year-old woman dies after she was found unconscious outside her assisted living facility. Avondale police say they responded to Silver Birch Assisted Living on July 21st. They had reports of a resident not breathing. Staff says they found the woman seated under a ramada outside. Police say the resident was outside in that ramada area for 1 to 2 hours and got there through a door from the facility. The woman was taken to the hospital where she was later pronounced dead. The investigation is ongoing and assigned to the Avondale Police Criminal Investigations Bureau. As of tonight, no cause of death has been released.
All right. Pranks that go too far, all for social media clicks. Tonight, Tempe police tell us they've arrested a viral social media influencer who reportedly planned and carried out several business takeovers that caused chaos inside local businesses that led to workers and customers fearing for their safety.
Yeah, a lot of people affected here. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke with one of those employees. All right, Chase, what do you have for us?
Well, Troy, Mark, they have also been happening all over the valley, not just in Tempe, getting posted on social media where the 24-year-old suspect is getting millions of views and a lot of money from them.
Come on, everyone.
I guess you could say it's a prank, but I mean, sometimes there's a level that's too far.
Big Brand Tire in Tempe was one of many at the center of a business takeover prank.
So they were getting underneath cars. Some of them had a star to take off the tire.
We spoke with one of the employees who was working the day Tempe police say this man, 24-year-old Heston Cobb, also known as Heston James on his social media pages, showed up claiming he worked for the corporate office and needed to make some changes.
I just told him, like, just get out of here, like, we're busy, like, we don't got time for this.
Instead of leaving, Cobb calls in his lackeys. A white van pulls up with more than a dozen men getting out and start pretending to work on the cars, all while the actual workers tell them repeatedly to leave.
I just tried kicking them out the best I could.
This worker's main concern?
So I was just more worried about the safety of everyone, honestly, because people are running at you with tools and you don't know what people could do nowadays.
This video has more than 10 million views on Cobb's Instagram page, and it's far from the only one. Police say he did the same thing at other local auto body shops, forcing some to temporarily close, and a local Chipotle, saying Cobb once again claimed to be with the corporate office while wearing a Chipotle t-shirt and summoned his followers who mobbed the store.
It's causing really chaos.
Jessica Els with the Tempe Police Department says Cobb was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, burglary, and criminal impersonation, telling me they want it known to other influencers these pranks that victimize people for profit will not be tolerated.
They're making money off these videos, so we really want to be able to put that stand out that these are crimes and you can get arrested for it.
Now, as I mentioned, Cobb has dozens of these types of videos posted on his social media. Tempe hopes other Valley Police Departments will step up and submit more charges against Cobb. Again, just trying to send a message that this sort of videos will not be tolerated here in the Valley. We're live in the studio. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Tomorrow, a day of reckoning for the so-called doomsday mom and convicted killer Lori Vallow Daybell. She'll be sentenced for the crimes that she committed here in Arizona.
And those are 2 counts of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. One of those counts for the attempted killing of her niece's ex-husband, Brandon Boudreaux.
In a rare interview, he sat down with the I-Team's Erica Stapleton. Here's a short piece of that interview.
When people do the things that happened here with murder and attempted murder and theft and all these things, like, it hurts, it's painful, and it creates a lot of bad feelings, and so you have to let go of those feelings to go have the other feelings that you want to have in your life.
Brandon, who used to be married to Lori's niece, survived a shooting attempt in October of 2019. Investigators believe Lori's brother, Alex Cox, was the one who shot at him in Gilbert and missed his head by inches. Vallow Daybell has already been sentenced to life in prison in Idaho for the murders of her young children, Tylee and JJ, and for her role in the death of Tammy Daybell, her current husband Chad Daybell's first wife. She was also convicted here in Arizona for conspiring to kill her former husband, Charles Vallow, who died in 2019.
We'll have special coverage tomorrow morning starting at 8:30 on Today in AZ on 12+. Erica will be in court bringing us live coverage throughout the day. We'll be live streaming the sentencing and we'll have extended coverage for you after the hearing wraps up. All of that coming up tomorrow on 12+. Well, tonight, a little good news after a devastating outbreak of avian flu that devastated the biggest egg producer in Arizona.
Hikmans family farms lost 8 million chickens and hundreds of jobs when it was hit with the bird flu last month. In the last 2 days, for the first time, new chicks are being brought to that farm to rebuild the flock and get the farm's employees back to work. It's quite a process to get anywhere near these new Hikmans chicks. It started with us today with an antivirus bath for our car.
I don't know if this is going to fit on my foot.
Then we had to put on personal protective gear, booties, and a full suit. And people who work here, they have even more antivirus barriers to go through. Every single worker who comes in walks into this facility here.
Sure, and let's walk
and
through
has
it.
to come in here and shower before they get close to the birds.
Absolutely.
Wow. Then when you walk into the barn itself, you have to step in a chlorine tub.
So get a good rub down.
And then even inside, we're sprayed again with an antiviral spray.
This is the first step to get our people back.
More than 300,000 chicks were brought into this barn in the last 2 days. It's the beginning of a brand new flock. The loss of 8 million birds last month devastated this longtime family-owned business, costing them tens of millions of dollars and forcing them to furlough hundreds of workers.
It's been tough because it's not just employees, we're all a family here. So just knowing certain people had lost their jobs, it hurts because we're not just all employees, we're all pretty much a family.
Despite all the measures that Hikmans is taking to keep the virus out of the barn, away from these young chicks, there is one big Achilles heel, and that's the fact that the chicks have to breathe, and the air comes through these vents from the outside, and that could be carrying the virus.
Until we figure out some way even treating the air, we need a vaccine.
Hikmans is one of many egg-producing farms pushing the USDA to allow them to vaccinate their birds from avian flu. So far, though, the USDA is refusing.
We had to get rid of the flock because I was deathly afraid that this virus is going to jump into the humans. And our family doesn't want to be known as typhoid Hikmans in any way. And we prayed every night that, yeah.
So why no vaccine? The chicken meat industry is pushing back against it because some countries they export their chicken meat to don't allow vaccinated birds. But Hikmans now is pushing the federal government to allow vaccination of egg hens, at least here in Arizona.